Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Extra Point. Today is Friday. We're now doing game shows on Friday. Everyone, go check out the new Spotify. It's now the Extra Point on Spotify, and let's get started. So, I guess I'll start with my games. Would you guys like to do a draft or a stat top 10 list first?
Oh, let's do top 10.
Top 10. All right. I think this one should go pretty quick. I got the top 10 passing yard leaders in the NFL right now. So
Okay.
just two of you. So I have Carter and then I have Andrew.
Are we doing strikes, right?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
three.
sure. I don't know if you guys are gonna strike out because it's pretty simple. But yeah.
Let me rip off Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's number two at 3,466.
Jay Herbo, Mr. Justin Herbert.
Mr. Justin Herbert's at number nine, 3,038.
Dang, I thought it'd be up there.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud's number one, 3,540 for a rookie quarterback. That's kind of nuts.
That is.
Mr. Tua.
Mr. Tua is at number three, 3,457.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, number eight, 3,127 passing yards.
Joshua Allen.
Joshua, well, I don't know why you're saying all these things. Joshua Allen is at number six, 3,214.
Well, this is where it gets a little difficult, I feel like.
No,
Yep.
I think you're wrong.
It's a little disrespectful.
I know. I think you have it. I think you just need to think about it. So I'm actually hyping you up. I'm actually being respectful.
You guys only got, I think,
But you're missing it.
Is Jared Goff on there?
Jared Goff's number four at
Yes.
3,288.
And so is Dakota Prescott.
Dakota Prescott's number five at 3,234. Can't talk.
All right. So what numbers are we missing now?
You guys need number two. Number
Yeah, I got Sam Howell.
Yeah.
biggest somehow. So basically, you need number 10 and number seven.
All right.
This is where it does get a little difficult.
I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is at number 10, 3,004.
And number seven, man. I got to think for this one. Because there's so many injuries, man.
Yeah, injuries do
Oh,
come.
I know who it is.
Can we go through this? No strikes.
I don't know.
Maybe. Is up to Carter.
No, because I want to say this guy, but he's also got an injury. He missed the game, so
Who?
I was gonna say Stafford, but he missed the game. I don't like it. Uh, did we say Brock Purdy?
Brock
Oh,
Purdy, number seven, 3,185. Zero strikes in that one. So that went pretty quick. No one won. I'm sorry to tell you.
can we up it to 15?
No.
No. Because
Not that I don't think we could do it. I feel like we could, but like I just don't think it's.
I think I volunteer as tribute to take the win for this one.
that's not how it works, pal. So, all right, my next and final game. This might be a little quick episode. I have number one wide receivers draft. We did number two wide receivers. People were arguing about it. It's time to name the top receivers in the league. So I don't know what order you guys want to go because I'm involved in this.
I'll go first.
Wait, what was it again?
Number
go
one
second.
wide receivers draft.
Oh,
I'll
so
go
just
second.
number one wide receivers.
Yep.
Okay. So you'll go first. Wow, real hard. All
I'll
right.
go first. All right.
No, yeah.
I'll go second.
Yeah, you guys. It's fine. It's fine.
He wants the back-to-back picks. It's a good strategy. All right, number one. Actually, I shouldn't go number one because I hosted it. So I need
No, you gotta go number one. You already said the
Yeah,
order.
you're number one.
All right,
You're
whatever.
number one.
Whatever. Feel like that. Whatever.
There's
It's-
literally two guys it could be. So like,
Yeah, well, number one's. I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill. He's
yeah,
killing.
that's
He's
fine.
killing.
This year it's for sure,
Yeah.
especially with JJ out. But then,
I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
yeah, I mean, if you didn't pick that, it would have been the biggest fumble. I would go with AJ Brown at number three. Clearly this year, and then number four would be CD Lamb, or my number two pick would be CD Lamb.
All right, I think
That's so easy. Like I already won.
You can't say that.
I think I might receive a lot of hate for this. A lot of hate. This is a really bad pick. I'll be honest here. Oh, wait, actually, I have to rip off this name. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase.
I knew you were gonna do that just because of the LSU boys, but I feel
he
like
made a young
How
quarterback.
is that?
look
How is that
amazing.
a bad pick? That's a good pick.
it's a good
No,
pick. But
I was gonna pick someone else.
I think there's some, recency bias there because of his
Um,
performance last night.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I definitely do.
I think in terms of just skill level, he is up there.
No, he is, but I think there's somebody better.
I don't.
I'm gonna go pure skill level. My number 2, I'm gonna go Stephon Diggs.
I think Diggs is better than Chase right now. Right now, right now.
Number
What does he do better than him? He's
What?
not faster. He doesn't run better route.
Yes, he does. He
Yeah,
most
yeah.
certainly runs better routes. Don't even you
That's
caught
why
your
I-
tongue right there.
That's why
My
I said-
third pick. He's been getting awful quarterback play. He would still be the best receiver in the league if he had a better quarterback. Devontae Adams.
Okay, that's a decent take. My third pick is gonna be third in the league in yards, first in the league in receptions. We're gonna go with Keenan Allen.
See, the thing is, like, I would want to go with Cooper Cup, but like,
Puka
can you do
Nakua is
that?
number 1.
What?
I think Nakua is number 1 at this
That's
point.
the thing. Like Cooper Cup, like the injuries really did, lead to a fall off. So this is where it gets tough for me at the end.
Pick George
I might
Pickens.
have to. I
Pick
don't
Chase
know.
Claypool. Chase Claypool's the best in the league.
Uh,
Oh, I have a good one.
and I got to think here.
This is the toughest spot.
folded.
So I don't know if you really wanted to be the last pick.
I folded. Oh,
You
I'm
got
gonna rip
someone
this off. I'm gonna rip this off as an honorable mention after he goes.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm between Amon Ra, Debo, and Mike Evans. And if I had to pick one, I would go with Amon Ra St. Brown.
Ooh, interesting. I thought
That was my honorable mention. So he
I think
Oh,
Amon
I-
Ra is a better pure receiver. I think Debo's obviously better yards after catch and better
well,
catch.
I would
play.
say Brandon Ayuk's got to be in there. He's the best route runner in the league this year. He has the best separation rate. So
Yeah, but I'm not
he's
basing
gonna
this
be
off
my
best
honorable
separation
mention.
rate.
He's actually the honorable mention that we need to keep in this video.
I think Amon Ra is much more dynamic than Ayuk is.
I think
Yeah.
Amon Ra is just a slot
I
receiver.
think I think Pat won the
Ayuk is
draft.
No.
I think Pat probably won the draft.
Who do I have? I had Tyreek, Stephon
Adams.
and Adams.
And
Yeah,
Diggs.
I would
Dude,
say
if Devontae Adams had a decent quarterback,
Yeah,
like it's
I
terrible
agree.
what's happened to him. He
I
should have
think
won the Jets.
people need to remember, like viewers or whoever's watching this, if it ever, for some reason makes it out there. If you're watching the actual video, AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb are on an absolute tear right now. Like absolute tear. They're playing as top 4, top 3 receivers in the entire NFL. So I just think you need to consider that when you look at my team.
well,
It's just the facts.
I kind of tried to make a play. I tried to put Patrick at number 1 so that he could get AJ Brown, thinking that
I
he
wasn't
would.
gonna take AJ.
Why would he
number
do that?
one.
Why would he take
I thought he
AJ
would do
Brown
it
over
as an Eagles
Tyreek and
fan.
JJ?
I'm not
I
that
thought he was gonna
biased.
do it. I thought he was gonna do it as an Eagles fan.
No, I would take AJ at 3. I wouldn't take him 1 or 2.
AJ is literally he's the
not
third best
worth.
receiver in the NFL right now. 100%.
My friend in his fantasy league has AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Justin Jefferson.
That's disgusting.
What do you play with? Like I'm sorry, like that's
Is it
just
a 4-team league?
yeah.
10-team league.
Okay, then you play with people who don't know football.
No, they all do, but he just made some really impressive
Trades.
draft.
No, they clearly don't know football.
Well, and he has Bijan and Joe Mixon at running back. So
Okay, yeah.
That's
Again,
his
like your
best.
friends just you should literally show them.
I mean, he's got AJ Brown like
Football.
round 5.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. Oh, whoa. Okay, so my friend needed a running back desperately, and he had good receivers already. He had Jamar, so he traded when Josh Jacobs wasn't performing too well and AJ Brown was. He traded 1-on-1 Josh Jacobs for AJ Brown.
Yeah, whoever that kid is dumb.
All right.
Chill.
I have a game.
All right, what do you got?
All right. So instead of pretty good or pretty bad, it's pretty good or pretty bad.
Okay.
And basically what we're doing, it's pretty simple here. We're plugging Brock Purdy on an NFL team, and you're going to tell me right now, does that make this NFL team better or worse? And this is the guy who's leading the league in the MVP odds.
which is
Okay.
ridiculous, by the way.
Well, that's why I'm saying it. Like, so let's see, you know, all the NFL teams. I'm gonna pull them up,
At this point, it should be Tyreek.
and I think it's Tyreek too. I think it's Tyreek or CMC. It's not even a joke. I think AJ Brown's in there too. He's like getting no respect. It's like not even funny. All right, so pretty good or pretty bad. Let's see if this makes this team better. So if we put Brock Purdy on the Pittsburgh Steelers, are they better or worse?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. If we put Brock Purdy on the Rams, they better or worse? Matt Stafford, this is tough.
I'm saying pretty bad. I think Stafford's better.
I think Stafford's better.
I'm saying pretty good. I think Purdy has more like in the tank, and he has just being young helps him. Stafford has dealt with a lot of injuries.
Okay. The Washington Commanders.
Pretty good.
Ooh, this is good because I don't
Pretty
know.
good. He'll use Terry McLaurin more. And
No, I know, but I don't know if Purdy with that offensive line would be better than Sam Howell with that offensive line.
Yeah,
he will.
Purdy's just
you have to
standing in
think
the
too, like, would
pocket.
Sam Howell be doing this in San Fran?
No, he would not. Because Purdy, he reads
Sam
the
Howell
field.
has a better arm than Brock Purdy.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but Purdy reads the field much better and throws an accurate ball. And
He
he doesn't.
doesn't read the field better when Trent Williams is out. Purdy bad.
Ooh,
He went Purdy bad for
bold.
Sam.
That's bold. All right, this
That's-
one I think is really interesting. New England Patriots, pretty good or pretty bad?
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good. Pretty good.
Okay, well, I say it's interesting because, like, do we actually think Brock Purdy would thrive on this New England team, or like
He'd be
make
better than Mac Jones. That's my
He'd be
thing.
better.
I'm
Yeah.
just curious to see what you guys would say. All right, this one I think is probably the most interesting one. Green Bay Packers, pretty good or pretty bad?
Pretty
Pretty
bad.
bad.
Pretty
Pretty
bad.
bad?
Jordan Love's better.
I think Purdy same. Purdy same.
Pretty same.
Pretty
I think
similar.
Purdy same. I
Pretty
think they'd be
similar.
extremely similar. Extremely similar. I think Purdy would make less mistakes. Jordan Love would move the ball better.
Yeah, Jordan Love. I think he just makes more plays. Honestly,
Detroit Lions.
at this point, I
Dude,
say
this is
pretty
tough,
good.
isn't it?
I'd say pretty good. Jared Goff's making a lot of mistakes in the past couple of weeks. That's really hurting the Lions.
I'd say Purdy same again. Purdy same.
Pretty similar. Seattle Seahawks.
Pretty good. He'd use the weapons more. He can also move better than Geno can now. I'd say pretty good.
I feel like Purdy and Gino is actually a pretty good comparison in terms of.
I think the best comparison to Brock Purdy would probably be Jared Goff.
I agree.
I see
And
that.
I think
Jared
Purdy-
Goff's definitely got the better arm, but they play extremely similar.
The
They're-
reason why
If Brock
they're
Purdy had a
safe
good
around-
arm, he wouldn't have been the last pick. He's just accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I think pretty good for the Seahawks is they're not using Tyler Lockett this year. And I think Tyler Lockett is like the Brandon Ayuk type. And I think DK Metcalf is the Debo Samuel type. And I think Purdy would be able to work well with them.
I'd probably say pretty good too, just with the situation.
Denver Broncos.
Pretty bad. I think Russell Wilson has looked really good this year.
So Russell Wilson, in your eyes, say like he was in Brock Purdy's place on San Fran, would be the number one MVP candidate then.
I think it would be pretty similar in how the team would roll.
I'd say pretty bad because if you put Brock Purdy straight out of the draft in that Bronco situation, he'd be out of the league already.
Agreed.
Okay. And I would say the last one, the Raiders. Pretty good or pretty bad?
Pretty good. I don't think there's any way they could be pretty bad.
I mean, Aiden Connell's he's surprising me.
Well, he's throwing like 3 picks a game.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. That whole Raiders.
I would say it's
Once
pretty
again,
good.
I'd probably say pretty good. Too.
Once
All right,
again,
no,
people-
scratch that. Not the last one. One more. Indianapolis Colts. Pretty good or pretty bad?
Pretty good. He's a better version of Minshew.
I could see that.
I'm stumped on this one, to be honest.
If
So you think
Minshew
Gardner
gets-
Minshew is comparable to Brock Purdy in your eyes?
I do, but I think Minshew's a little comparable. I would still probably lean pretty good. I do want to say though, I think the Colts would be worse with Anthony Richardson, and that's not saying anything.
No. Don't say that.
No, that's not saying anything bad about Anthony
Flip
Richardson.
it.
I think he's an amazing talent. I think he's an amazing player, but Anthony Richardson isn't what this Colts team needs right now. They have good weapons. They have a good O-line. I think a project quarterback is not the guy that would get the Colts over the hump. I think it would be a guy kind of like Brock Purdy and Gardner Minshew, and that's why they're going to make the playoffs this year.
I just want to say I didn't keep exact count of all this, but from the consensus of what I've heard, is it seems like there was a lot more Purdy bads than Purdy goods.
Oh, I said pretty good on almost every single one.
I feel like there
think I was
was.
more of the pretty bad.
We can review it, obviously. I'm gonna watch it back and I want to see that. But I think it's very interesting because Brock Purdy is number one in the MVP odds. And I truly do. I think he's solid. But and I do give him credit. But I think if you put like a Matt Stafford or Jared Goff in his situation,
So much
probably
better.
doing similar stuff, you know.
I think
Well,
he's in
what
the,
I'll
like, the
say,
best situation in the NFL right now.
I do think that, but
Yeah.
I think if Purdy was on any of the NFC South teams other than the Panthers, they'd be the top of their division.
Yeah, Derek Carr's been bad. Ritter's bad. Baker's not been as bad as everyone says,
I
but he's
still
had
think Purdy
I
would
think
be.
Bryce Young will be good. He has to have some
One
talent.
thing, the biggest
Bryce
thing
Young
about
shows
Purdy,
flashes. I just want to say that.
the biggest thing about Purdy that people hate on is the weapons carry him, whatever. If you're giving me a team like the Bucks who have a great amount of weapons, how can you say Purdy won't be better than Mayfield, knowing that with weapons he's been amazing? I think if you
I don't
put
know.
Purdy in Buffalo, they'd perform better than the
Well,
Bills this
with
year.
Todd Bowles as head coach, like you think Purdy would be playing as well? Like Shanahan's like
Yeah,
the coach to
I don't
have.
know, but I
I'm not
think
doing a straight quarterback off quarterback. I have to do like the whole like that for Sam Howell. That offensive line, no quarterback's gonna look great and
yeah.
with that.
I feel like only few would succeed. Yeah.
I think if you put Purdy, and this is a hot take, but I think if you put Purdy in Buffalo right now, they'd be better than their 6-6.
Josh Allen's actually doing good.
Okay, I
Josh
understand,
Allen's carrying that offense.
but you don't think they'd be
I feel
better
like
than
you should get the mute button for that.
you don't
Dude,
think they'd
if you go back to watch the Eagles-Bills game, the only reason the Bills were competitive is because Josh Allen was scrambling all over us.
I'm not saying
Yeah, they had no run game against
I'm
Philly.
not saying he'd have better stats. I'm saying, do you think they would be better than their 6-6 record? And I
No.
think it's true. I
No.
don't think he
No.
would throw 2 picks a game.
No.
He doesn't make mistakes. That's what I've noticed about Purdy.
No. Brock Purdy needs a run game to succeed.
Hey, honestly, in the video, I want you to put this hot take at the end.
You
That
will
Purdy
get
would be
I'll make this-
absolutely. You'll get absolutely flamed.
I'll make this into one of the YouTube videos that I started up.
okay. Because
But
that
I
needs
like this segment, right? It's pretty solid, pretty good.
That's actually a really good idea, Carter. Props.
But we could do it with
What a
other
creative
QBs too.
guy.
I'm thinking we could do this with other QBs. But I
Yeah.
think Purdy was like the best one to do it with, especially with the MVP odd talk. I think he's good. He's definitely a little overrated though. He
100%.
has to be. He's not better than Jalen Hurts or Dak. He isn't.
Carter, you have another one? Or are we gonna move on?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do someone else's game. I mean, cook something up.
Let's go to Andrew and we'll see what you cook up. Andrew, you got anything? You typing away?
He looks lost. He's like,
Yeah, but how do you put in fantasy? How do you like look at the like tight ends without
I have no idea.
how do I like go to because you can go to players and like search by rankings and stuff like that, but it's only like the players on the wire. How do you put players that are
if
on
you go,
Search bar.
yeah, there's a bar and it'll let you click all players.
where's the bar?
I'm assuming it's on ESPN. It should be top left.
Like on ESPN Fantasy on the phone
Yeah.
where it
Like
says filters?
if you go on, all right, I'll pull it up on my phone. So if you go on ESPN Fantasy
Yeah,
and you click players, and then you click tight end position.
yeah.
Oh, it's top right, not by my bad. Or no, not top right. Yeah, it should say filters. You click top right, and then it'll say availability. You click all.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you put scoring on.
Yeah,
Alright.
and it'll list them by their projections. Like
Okay,
Evan
that's
Ingram isn't
Yeah.
better than TJ Hawkinson, obviously, but he's projected 0.1 more points. Like, you know.
yeah. All right, so I'm gonna be going with all right, this is a who would you rather
Okay.
and there's going to be Sam Laporta edition
Ooh,
because he's coming off of a game with 9 catches, 140 yards, and a touchdown. And
he's
I
a
think
big,
he
a lot of
is,
people were giving us flack for not putting him on our all rookie team.
Yeah.
yeah.
Rookie.
It's your
Oh,
guys' fault. I didn't draft in that, so
well, I think
really
I
you don't know.
I think I proved the last pick with Devon Achane. He had 2 touchdowns and 77 yards in his first full game back. So
Yeah, well, no, you should have picked Laporta. You would have won the draft.
Achane has
But Patrick walked away with it. Just completely walked away with it.
he also was given a golden opportunity, but
Okay, you got the best defensive player.
he had CJ Stroud.
Okay.
All right.
You having the number one.
And I don't know if Jalen Carter's the best defensive player after seeing he's a crybaby and calling fans poor, but
He's passionate.
that's the point.
Passionate. But he's a baby.
He's a
Um,
really good baby.
Yeah.
all right.
Really
Who would you
good
rather, Sam Laporta edition, Evan Ingram?
Laporta. It's like not even a question.
Laporta.
Not even a question.
George Kittle,
Kittle.
George
Easily.
TJ Hawkinson,
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert,
Goddard. I have to go with Goddard. He's not healthy most of the time, which is the bad thing.
Laporta. Well, there you go. Laporta. I would pick Laporta because I think their skill sets are very similar. But Laporta obviously hasn't been injured, and hopefully he doesn't. So I'd go with Sam.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Pretty easily.
I don't know. I feel like Mark Andrews wasn't having a great year up until he got hurt. Laporta.
No way.
That's just disrespectful, man.
That's what you get for all the Eagle slander.
Not having a great year. He had 500 yards and 6 touchdowns in 8 games.
Yeah, he was just right behind TJ Hawkinson.
I think that's solid, but okay. Jake Ferguson, who's having an amazing year, actually.
Laporta, but Ferguson's
Laporta.
playing well.
Laporta.
Props to Ferguson.
Dalton Kincaid.
I think it'll be a serious debate in 2-3 years. Laporta for now, but Kincaid, since he's gotten, more opportunities, has looked pretty similar in talent wise, skill level.
I'm going with Laporta.
But yeah,
All right.
you go with
This
Laporta for
one's,
now.
this one's going to be a question of talent, not production. Kyle Pitts.
I don't care, Laporta. I couldn't care to hear Kyle Pitt's name.
Until Kyle Pitts is on a different team and they decide to throw him the ball, it's gonna be Laporta.
No,
And
I
then
don't even
last
think
one-
I don't even think it's that. Like Kyle, if you watch the games too, like Kyle Pitts does get open, but it's getting to the point where Kyle Pitts is just not all that as well.
Last one I'm going to do is David Njoku.
Laporta, easy.
Njoku is like either really good or he does nothing. So I'm gonna go with Laporta just based off consistency.
I do
Okay.
think Kincaid will be better than Laporta.
But one thing that actually kind of bothered me was
Mark Andrews.
No. Carter saying not even close for Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram has been one of the best tight ends the past 2 seasons.
He's so inconsistent, dude.
He's not, though.
He is.
I'm considering the factor that Sam Laporta is a rookie right now doing this. Okay,
Yeah.
he's playing better as a rookie.
But also, if you really
And
look,
Evan Ingram hasn't played well until he left the Giants. He had to
I
go
feel
to
like I feel like Sam Laporta also went to the perfect situation for himself because I feel like Jared Goff is a quarterback that throws most of his passes to the middle of the field. That's why Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta strive so well with him. So I think him being in that situation is really good. But if you really look at Laporta's stats on the year, other than his game with 140 yards against New Orleans, before that, he had no game over 84 yards. And before that, and other than that 84-yard game, his best game was 63 yards.
Okay, you know what he reminds me of? And it's not even like a disrespect or the fact that like that's how the trade went. Like he just reminds me of like not like worse as in bad, but like a lesser version of Hawkinson. Like they play very similar, like extremely. You don't think so?
No, I said I could.
Yeah, and they're both from Iowa, so like that's probably why, and same position clearly. But I think that was one of the biggest win-win trades because between them and Minnesota, and it reminds me of a lot of Hawkinson. The Vikings get like the older, better player. Well, he's better than Laporta, but and then the Bills Vikings trade where the Vikings got they drafted Jefferson and then they got Diggs, but the Vikings still wind up with both of the better players. So that's what matters at the end of the day.
All right,
For me.
I'm going to do another one, and this is going to be a little bit of a hot take. Um, I'm gonna do who would you rather give the MVP to?
Oh,
And it's not gonna be like your typical MVP candidates. Like some of them will be, but the who would you rather is gonna be Myles Garrett. And it's gonna be Myles Garrett because he is having an amazing statistical season, but he's also single-handedly won games for his team. He blocked a field goal and had 2 sacks and forced a game-winning fumble in the game against the Colts, which could be the reason why they make the playoffs later in the season. He's had games like that. He's the reason why the Ravens lost because he had a sack in that final drive against the Ravens. So, Myles Garrett addition, who would you rather give the MVP to?
Oh, it's just Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brock Purdy.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, because Brock Purdy's the 5th most valuable player on the Niners.
Okay. So, Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He should probably win it in real life.
I think Tyreek Hill should win. Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
I
Myles
physically
Garrett is the better player, but the way Dak is playing, like you have to acknowledge that.
I physically cannot say Dak Prescott, Myles Garrett.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar,
Myles
because
Garrett.
if Lamar goes down, that team is nothing. Not nothing, but nothing is disrespectful.
I
But
just
they don't win games without Lamar, really. They
without
really
Myles Garrett, the Browns are 2 and whatever. I'm gonna go Myles Garrett.
Jalen Hurts.
mm,
I'll go Hurts. He didn't even have a bad game against the
dude,
Niners.
this one's tough. I would I'd lean Hurts because the position, but that's about it.
AJ Brown.
I'll probably go Myles
Garrett, but it's close. Like people really need to start noticing what AJ Brown's doing. Like generally, like that guy has been on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Myles Garrett, even though it breaks my heart.
All right, now we're gonna go to a couple obscure ones. CD Lamb.
Myles Garrett.
TJ Watt.
Garrett. For
Garrett.
now. They'll probably flip flop, season to season because they're both, great.
Roquan Smith.
Myles Garrett.
Garrett.
All right. I had one.
Mike gonna be in there.
What?
What's his face? Mike or what is his last name? Defensive tackle.
Oh, CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
But what's the defensive tackle's name on the Ravens? He's really good. They got all the sacks.
Justin Matabuke.
Yeah, it's Matabuke.
Justin Matabuke.
Yeah, it's Matabuke. Yeah.
All right. That's the end of it.
Wait, I have a quick one we could do. It's not gonna make a video or anything, but it's gonna be funny. Hold on, let me get the stats up.
It can't make a quick video.
This is gonna be like this is just to get on people's nerves. All right. Quick, who would you rather kicker edition? Jake Elliott versus Justin Tucker.
Tucker.
But you have to look at the stats here.
I don't care about the stats.
Why?
Because the sample size is so vastly different.
Tucker has missed 5 field goals.
How old is Tucker?
I don't know.
31.
Jake Elliott has only missed 2.
How many they kicked? How many has Tucker kicked?
Tucker's kicked 26. Jake Elliott has kicked 23. They both made 21. So Elliott's percentage is 91%, and Tucker's is 80.
Okay, but Tucker's also missed a 59 and a 61, and I understand Jake Elliott hit the 59 in the pouring rain. What a kick! That was an amazing kick. Amazing kick.
But it was in the pouring rain.
Justin Tucker's longest field goal this year is 50.
Yeah, I know he's been missing over 50. Can you stop, please?
So are we really saying that just because Justin Tucker's been amazing in the past that he's better
this year? If you want to say Elliott's better, sure, but I'm not taking Elliott.
I would take Matt Gay this year. Look at his stats.
Okay, I know, but you're just hating there. Elliott has probably been the best kicker.
Elliott has hit a 56, 61, 54, 51, and 59 this year. And
Matt
just
Gay hit
anything over 50.
Matt Gay hit 4 50s in one game against the Ravens.
Yeah, but Jake Elliott's better. In the clutch, especially. Yeah, that was my quick little game, just so I could tell you that he's better than Justin Tucker.
All right,
I
I'm
have
gonna.
a game.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna find a game.
I have a game.
Okay, let's do it.
So it's pretty simple. There's no creative title for this one. It's Hall of Fame or not Hall of Fame. I want to say Hall of Shame or
Okay.
no fame, but like
Hall
it's
of
just
Fame or sucks.
no, yeah, that's terrible. No, but it's just simply, do we think these players are going to go to the Hall of Fame? And this is pure glancing into the future. Some of these are more obvious. Some of these guys obviously need a lot more body of work. And to start it off, I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Then I would say Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are pretty easy to start off. Now they're gonna get a little more difficult. We're gonna keep in the receivers. CeeDee Lamb.
Too early.
Too early.
Well, CeeDee Lamb and Jefferson, same draft class.
Yeah, but Jefferson has done more. I don't think.
Yeah, it's too. CD Lamb could definitely if he keeps elevating, but I think it's too early right now.
Okay. Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
You think
Yes.
he's played enough? And okay, well, this one's interesting. Alvin Kamara.
No.
Oh,
You need to Google their stats. They're very similar.
I understand.
I'm just saying in terms of like their effectiveness and how it affects the team, it's McCaffrey all the
Yeah,
way.
I would agree, but still, I just think it's
Also, CMC is gonna probably get a ring either this year or next year, and if he does, that will solidify himself. He also had, I think he had like one of the biggest the most career, what's it called, scrimmage yards out of anyone like ever in that 1 year. He had 1,000 receiving and 1,000 rushing yards. So I think that one season kind of like puts him in there.
Josh Allen.
No,
That's tough. You
not
have
if he doesn't win a Super Bowl or an MVP. No, I don't think he's gonna win an MVP. I think
I
this
think
would
he's
have been.
just way too turnover prone right now. So I'm
Hall
gonna
of
say,
Good then,
yeah, Hall of
That's
Good.
what it should be. It should be Hall of Fame or Hall of Good.
Yeah, Hall of Good.
That's what the new title is Hall of Fame or Hall of Good. Lamar Jackson.
He
If he
needs to
wins
win
a
a
ring,
ring. Yeah, I'd say
he already has his
Do
MVP.
you think
He
he'll
might
be in the
get
Hall
another.
of Fame? So if you think he'll be in the Hall of Fame, that means you think
he's getting. My thing is he's getting hurt too much.
So will he be in the Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
I think.
Right now, I would say no. He needs to get a ring.
Well,
That's
the
for all
thing is,
quarterbacks, though.
I know who you're gonna say next, and he's gonna say yes, and that's gonna make me mad. It's not gonna be Jalen Hurts. It's gonna be.
I didn't say. You know what? We're gonna do Jalen. I was never even gonna say Jalen Hurts, but we're saying it now.
Jalen Hurts has had more playoff success than Lamar. Should have won the MVP, but got hurt. He will win a Super Bowl based off of his team is better than the Ravens. Yes.
Okay, well, if the Ravens win a Super Bowl, I think Lamar gets in,
Me
and
too. No, me too. Me too. It's all about Super Bowls.
I think Lamar can win another MVP.
I think Jalen Hurts can win MVP this year or next year too.
This one's ridiculous.
I'd say yes for Lamar.
This one's ridiculous to say this early, but CJ Stroud.
If he keeps up his
sorry.
current play and gets better, yes.
It's too early to tell.
It's way too early.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say. I just wanted to see if someone jumped the gun. All right, this is tough. The running back landscape here because it's McCaffrey, Kamara. Listen, I don't think Kamara's a Hall of Famer either. I just think it's interesting how close they are statistically. Saquon Barkley.
No, it's done nothing.
If he stayed healthy, I would say yes, but injuries have derailed his career, so no.
It's done nothing. No.
Okay, this one's also interesting. Derrick Henry.
Yes, 100%. 2,000-yard rusher.
100%, but
2,000-yard rusher. If
you
you're
really start picking it up to like the second half.
Wait.
I don't care though.
No, hold on. The thing about running backs, it's more about your longevity and consistency. He started off down here, went up here, and
I don't think that's true because after Terrell Davis retired, he was on the 2,000-yard rusher. He was a 2,000-yard rusher. He only played 7 seasons in the NFL, and he retired after his next season. I literally did research on this yesterday. He retired after his last season, which was his 2,000-yard rushing season because he was injured. He bounced around teams for the next 2 years. He had a 4-year prime, 2,000-yard rusher. He wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he ended up making the Hall of Fame.
Okay, well,
Once again, Derrick Henry, 2-time rushing yard leader, maybe even 3-time. I think it was 2-time. He was a 2,000-yard rusher, one of only 7 running backs to do so. Plus, he was on a pretty winning team for the height of his career. And also, his peak, it was like 4 or 5 seasons because he started his career slow. Then now he's kind of slowing down again. But still, you have to put him in 2,000-yard rusher, 3-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2 or 3-time rushing leader. He has to be in the Hall of Fame.
Derrick Henry will probably get in, but it's gonna be a weak Hall of Fame class that he gets in.
I think he might be a first ballot. I think he might be based on the 2,000-yard rusher. I think it's going to be interesting.
So Pat says no Hall of Fame. You said Hall of Fame. Joe Burrow.
See, this was the one I thought you were going to say after Lamar, because if he says yes, I'm going to be like, okay, what has Joe Burrow done that Lamar hasn't? He's been hurt more than Lamar, and he's been playing for less years. He's won less division titles.
It's a yes or no to Hall of Fame for Joe Burrow.
No.
Thank you.
All right.
Jake Browning. Yes.
Thing is, I want to say Justin Herbert, but like they're not winning enough games, so it's not worth really mentioning. AJ Brown.
If he continues the way he's going, yes.
Andrew. Oop, a little bit of line there.
No.
AJ Brown for Hall of Fame.
No.
Stephon Diggs.
No. Only a 1-time receiving champion. I don't think he's going to be the receiving champion again.
He's like top 5 receiver, but he's never been number 1.
This one right here, I think is really tough. Cooper Kupp.
I think you have to. He had a triple crown year, and
that's what I'm saying. Like the triple crown year is like,
but that's 1 year.
I don't care though. Like
if you're a Hall of Fame, you can't be Hall of Fame from 1 year. You have to.
But
probably
if you
you know what a real hard one is? Then here, I got a real hard one for you guys.
Wait, no. Can I say this first about Cooper Kupp though, real quick? I'm sorry. That kind of like interests me. Let me tell you this. Let's say a player, their career was from so far 2016 to 2023. They won a Super Bowl MVP, a Super Bowl, and the Triple Crown. I'm not saying just the same year. I'm saying combined. In his 6 to 7 year career so far, he's 29. Would you say that player is a Hall of Famer, knowing he's won a Super Bowl, he won that Super Bowl MVP, and he won the Triple Crown?
Did he win that MVP?
He did.
He did.
It would have been Odell though.
It could have been.
It would have been Odell.
It could have been. But what do you think? What do you think?
I think that's probably one of the best wide receiver years ever. But what has he done after?
No, but I'm not saying that's just 1 year. I'm saying he has all 3 of those accolades.
He was good before too, though.
He won. No, okay.
He wasn't. He wasn't crazy.
He won Offensive Player of the Year too. Let's say I told you there was a player who's played 6 years in the league.
All right, so Todd Gurley gonna win?
He didn't win a ring.
Like 6 years, I think.
He won Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, the Triple Crown.
But at their height, I'm taking Todd Gurley's prime over Cooper Kupp's prime on my
love this Hall of Fame or not, dude. Like,
no, I'm saying Cooper Kupp is in the Hall of Fame, and I think that he's definitely.
All right. Well, I got a couple more. I got a couple more for you guys. So, this is a great top. Mike Evans.
Okay, that's actually going to be the next game.
That's all my criteria.
Okay, DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like that one's easy. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now moving on to, I'll do tight ends here. Kelsey's an obvious. George Kittle.
No.
Mark Andrews.
No.
If we win a ring, yeah.
I think he would have to have a couple more good seasons too.
I agree, but I think
that's the same thing with Kittle, where if they have a ring, that definitely elevates it. Hawkinson.
No.
I think if you got a ring, it's the same thing like Andrews. I feel like anybody.
Who's gonna get him a ring? Jaron Hall.
I don't know. What if Jaden Daniels or whatever they draft is really good?
Well, I think this is Hawkinson's first really good year.
Yeah. Dude, what are you talking about last year? Dude, he was a stud last year.
He had like 850 yards.
It's not Hall of Fame though.
I guess Kelsey will
play. It's also a very hard position to go Hall of Fame in.
But I want to ask a question to Patrick though, and I understand I said no to Stephon Diggs as well, but he did say Stephon Diggs has always been a top 5 receiver, but he's never been number 1 in any given year. But then he said yes to Mike Evans, who fits that exact same
But
criteria.
I've been saying consistent like Mike Evans 10 straight seasons with over 1,000 yards.
Well, I think Diggs has got like 4. I think he could get there.
Yeah, but I think Mike Evans is a lot better than Stephon Diggs,
Yeah,
honestly.
I think Diggs won't make it either. I think there's a chance Diggs makes the Hall of Fame based on the Minneapolis Miracle.
Maybe.
I don't know about that. I don't think he makes it.
I
But I
think
get what you're saying. I'm gonna move to defense, do a couple players, and then we'll wrap that up. Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
yeah, at this rate.
I would definitely say so. Harrison Smith.
He needs to win a depoy though. Has Harrison Smith won a depoy? I don't think he has. No.
I'm gonna go now.
No, you should go Google his stats and see how comparable they
No,
are.
I know how good he's been. Very good. I just don't think he's like.
Comparable to who?
I don't think he'll be first ballot, but he'll be second ballot for sure, or whatever it is. He's absolutely been the best safety in the league for like a span of 5 years, like when he was
Yeah,
at his peak.
That's true. With Glover Quinn when he led the league in interceptions.
I don't know about 5 years might be a little much, but probably like 3 years at least he was the best.
You're right.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yes.
And it's not even because I'll say this, not even because of the Harrison Smith thing. It's not because I'm a Vikings fan. It's that generally like he actually was like extremely elite for
No,
like
he was. And
Yeah.
I'd say Jalen Ramsey will get him.
I'd say yeah, Ramsey too.
Sauce Gardner.
No, I don't think he was the best in the league last year. I don't think he's top
Too
5.
early for me. It's too early for me.
Really?
He's that good.
Nick Bosa.
Yes.
Yes, he won a depoy last year. He might win a ring.
Roquan Smith.
No.
If they win a ring, I think you got to give him one. He completely turned around the Ravens.
That's why I think it's interesting. Like I don't think he's like that Hall of Fame talent, but like when they plugged them in, like they just were a different team.
No, so that's why I asked about Roquan Smith compared to Myles Garrett for MVP because
Yeah, no, but that was last year. That was last year, so it's hard to be like
the same this year.
it was, that was the major factor last year when they got him. Like it was, you could tell. Max Crosby.
Too early.
I think Max Crosby is so underrated, though.
He is so underrated. That's what I feel about Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter.
I think
no one talks about Max Crosby, Danielle Hunter, and they just put up stats every year. They do.
I'm gonna say yes for Max Crosby. He's so underrated.
I think if Max Crosby goes to a winning team as well as Danielle Hunter starts winning, which they have. I understand the Vikings have been winning, but they haven't really gotten.
Yeah, no, they're not consistently.
I don't think right now. I don't think right now they're gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, I don't think they will either. But I just feel like those are two guys that don't get enough respect. TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty easy. Josh Allen, Jaguars.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
Too early.
Too early.
I think you will.
Aiden Hutchinson, is that too early as well?
Too early.
Too early. All right, a couple more and then we're finished here. Dexter Lawrence.
No.
Oh.
I'm a big sexy Dexy guy. I love him. He's so good. I think he will be a Hall of Famer when it's said and done for him. I think Dexter Lawrence is a beast, an absolute beast. Last two, we'll finish up here. Fletcher Cox.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
For sure. Okay. No, I'm not saying I disagree, by the way. I just was curious. And then this is the last one, and this one's I think this one's tough because of the lack of winning, but I think he's really good. It's Derwin James. That one's tough, right?
Yeah, it is really tough.
Derwin James, I think it's pretty tough.
I'm gonna go because he's been the best player on bad Chargers for a long time.
I'll go too.
The thing is, like, I wanted to also mention Khalil Mack, but I think he's gonna be in there.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so that wraps up the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Good segment. It dragged on for a little bit, but I just wanted it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Well, I have a Who Would You Rather all-time edition.
Okay. We'll end on this.
All right. Due to everyone knowing Mike Evans, due to everyone knowing Mike Evans just got another season with 1,000 yards with 5 games left in the season, Mike Evans has solidified himself as a top receiver all time. I don't know what I'd say, but a top receiver of all time. And I feel like everyone thinks he's a Hall of Famer at this point. So I'm going to ask you, who would you rather, Mike Evans or these all-time receivers, knowing Mike Evans still has a couple years in the tank left? Okay. And Mike Evans is only behind Jerry Rice now for 1,000-yard seasons, but he has the most, just so everyone knows. Who would you rather, Mike Evans addition? We're going to start with Reggie Wayne.
Mike Evans, I think.
Reggie Wayne. It's close.
Okay. Steve Smith Sr.
Steve Smith Sr.
Steve Smith.
Andre Johnson.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
That one's tough.
Yeah.
Because how long did Andre Johnson play
They're
for?
pretty similar.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Andre Johnson's probably more talented than Mike Evans. No offense to Mike Evans, obviously, but I think Mike Evans has been a lot more consistent. You know, I'd take Andre Johnson's best year over Mike Evans. I'll say that.
DeAndre
I'm gonna
Hopkins.
rag on this so bad. I just know it.
DeAndre Hopkins.
I'll go prime D Hop over at Mike Evans.
D Hop, yeah.
And you don't have to take this as just prime. You can take this just total at all.
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall.
Mike Evans. I think it's a little closer than people think. Brandon Marshall was solid, but
Anquan Bolden.
Anquan.
Mike Evans.
I honestly feel like it's. I would give a very, very, very slight edge to Mike Evans because of consistency. But it's a very similar to Andre Johnson thing where, like, I'd probably take Anquan's best season.
They also both have rings, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Andre Reed. I don't know if all of you know who he is too well because he's a very old player. 1985.
I know who he is.
I'm gonna go Mike Evans.
Yeah, I'd probably go Mike Evans. The thing is, there's going to be some misses here for sure. Like, we're gonna get clowned.
Yeah.
Torrey Holt.
Holt.
Mike Evans.
I don't agree with that one.
Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin.
And this is closer than people think, but Michael Irvin.
He has like 5 Super Bowls.
Julio Jones.
I gotta refute. I think I gotta go Andre Johnson over Mike Evans, dude. That one's been lingering on my head.
Julio Jones.
Julio.
Hines Ward.
Ward.
Yeah, Hines Ward.
You'd say Hines Ward?
Yeah.
See, but Hines Ward isn't a Hall of Famer, but you think Mike Evans should be?
He's not.
Hines Ward. I think Hines Ward. Yeah, I think he'll be in it.
So you don't think Mike Evans should be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Dude,
Probably not first
this
ballot.
one is so tough.
First ballot is like generational guys.
Andre Johnson also wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No, I know he wasn't because he didn't. How many seasons was Andre Johnson elite for?
He played 13 years on 3 different teams. He had 14.
So few people are first ballot. Like, that's like Aaron Donald, Patrick.
Okay,
Mahomes.
wait. This one should be pretty interesting. Deshaun Jackson.
Mike Evans.
It's Mike Evans, but Deshaun Jackson's the top 2 deep threat of all time behind Tyreek.
Okay. Chad.
Oh, not top 2. Randy Moss was a better deep threat than Deshaun Jackson. Are you kidding me?
Look at the highlights, pal. Look at the highlights. Look at the highlights.
Look at the highlights. Do you know who? No. Do you know who Randy Moss is?
All right.
Wait.
Hold on. Hold on. No, I'm literally just saying.
There's no holding on here because the last thing we're holding on to is Deshaun Jackson over Randy Moss.
Deshaun Jackson was my favorite player as a kid, so I'm very biased.
Okay, well, tell little kid you go back to the past and tell him he's wrong.
I said Mike Evans. I'm just saying Deshaun Jackson's a top 2 deep threat.
He's not. He's top 5, not 2.
Top 2.
Randy Moss that's his son. Like, there's no comparison. There's no comparison to that. Like, that's just foolishness.
Top 2.
Chad.
It's okay though.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
I really haven't watched a lot of Ocho Cinco, so I can't
really.
Roddy White.
Who? I didn't hear
Evans.
Roddy Wright?
Roddy White.
Rodney White. Mike Evans.
Roddy, but okay.
I said Rodney. I agree.
Okay. I'm going to go down to some active players now. Tyreek
Hill.
Greek.
Stephon Diggs.
Evans.
Keenan Allen.
Evans close though.
That's really close.
Evans.
Probably go Evans.
It is
What does
Evans.
that mean? You think?
Just because
Oh, okay. Okay, this is a good one. This might be one of the best ones. AJ Green.
Evans.
Yeah, I'd probably go Evans, but that's a really good one.
Close again though.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Tay.
Okay. That's all I really needed to hear.
All right.
Pretty interesting.
Yep. We all good on the games.
Yes.
I'd say so.
All right. Well, that was our Friday game show. You guys can catch us after week 14 after the Eagles beat the Cowboys on Wednesday, and we will see you then. Thanks for watching.
Wait. Can we actually do our game picks for that game?
Eagles.
Like, no, our actual score predictions and see who the closest is. Let's have like a little
34-28 Eagles.
harder.
Cowboys 33-26.
I got the Cowboys 27-23.
Wait, hold on. We have to do our duck race. Good thing you stopped me.
Oh, we're doing it at the end of every video?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was just the yeah, I feel like it would be a good incentive, you know.
Yeah. This isn't the duck race I was looking for.
Shout out to them, you know.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
You went a little overdue today.
All right, pick your numbers, people.
I'm picking
I'll take number one.
No, that's my guy. He's my guy. One's mine.
Oh, we're just gonna stick. You're gonna stick with that number.
I'm sticking with my guy.
Oh, I think that makes sense. We each have our own.
All right, I'm number 3.
Rudra can be 4.
Okay. Well, Rudra's out. Rudra's gonna go over 100.
Oh no!
Is there something wrong with
start
the
a
duck
little
that
bit.
I have every time? Like,
No.
Carter might be in prime
Well,
position.
last time my duck was that slow, and then he just
okay,
went,
no, clearly it's just
Uh-oh.
nothing's.
Come
No,
on,
you suck, man.
come on, come on.
Damn, you're
Let's
last
go.
again though, Carter. What the heck?
Yeah, like what's wrong with number one?
Let's
First
go.
is the worst. Have you ever heard first?
Yeah, I guess so. Like that's pretty bad. Like Buddy just is terrible.
Well, have you heard? First is the worst. Second is the best. Third is the one with the treasure chest.
Or hairy
All right.
chest.
Our updated rankings. Me and Andrew sit up top at 1-1. Carter and Rudra, who's not even here, are 0-2. And that was our NFL game show. Stick to the end of every podcast to see the duck race, and we will keep the standings going forever. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Hey, boys.